Everybody's working for the weekend. What's going on, YouTube? It's the weekend, which means it's time to discuss the two vendors in ESO that only come around every Friday. Firstly, we're in the Hollow City inside of Cold Harbor to talk to Zenil, and he is going to have a whole host of items for us that are really unique. Starting with the Ancient Nedic Prayer Wheel. I'm not quite sure how you pray at this, and that allows it to move around. But it does, through, I assume, magic. But it is animated, which is always means more money. And at only 25,000 gold, by the way, that is a great item. I had actually purchased this many moons ago from my house, and I have 4 of these. I bought them all at 50,000, so keep that in mind if you're interested in buying something like this. The banner, it's a banner, take it or leave it. Boethia, at least, is very dueling-esque. For those of you who don't know, she's the one who oversees like the Dragon Star Arena. That's kind of her shtick, is like, battle royale basically. So she is cool. Like if you're looking to build a dueling arena, she is lore accurate. But other than that, I mean, this is gonna be a very difficult sell even for 12,000. Serpent chair. I think this is a pretty good item though. 2.5k for a chair is actually a really good deal. And it's a decent looking chair. Craglorn coffer, it looks really good for 5,000. The only thing I would question is how many people are going to put this in their house. If you're wondering to yourself, Jake, I don't like furnishing. Why am I watching this part of the video? You watch this because you have items like this, well, bam, that sell for significantly higher than 10,000. So you buy 50 of these at 10,000 and you sell them for 30 to 50,000 later, and you make a profit number that I can't calculate on the top of my head. So moving on. You get this urn, note suggest it, this Nedic altar, which has been worn. Again, even for 3,000, a little bit tacky, but I think that for 3,000, it's hard to go wrong with a structure. But then you've got this really interesting thing, Nedic orb ritual, which you can break. Which, I mean, breaking things is cool, so. And it's a light. Lights and chairs, I think, are some of the most selling things that you can do. That and walls and floors and all this other type of stuff too. So keep that in mind. We are going to head on over to the golden vendor, the little traditional Khajiit woman who's going to be selling us some very nice things. And as we're on the way there, this is just a friendly reminder that if you would like to be entered into the monthly giveaway, we've pulled the winners for the month of November. If you would like to be entered for the month of December, all you have to do is leave a comment. You boost your odds because we do 2 drawings. One is for subscribers only, and one is every comment. All of them. So if you would like to be included, leave a comment in the comments below, or if you have suggestions for ways that we can tweak it. I was thinking about making one where people who like the video. The problem with that is I don't know how to see people who only like a video. So always open to suggestions as we use it as a tax write-off. And we are now inside of the traditional golden vendor to talk about the goodies inside here, starting with Bogdan, which is not great. Unfortunately, this is a golden vendor week with helmets, which isn't the worst thing in the world. However, as I always like to remind you guys, you get the helmets from doing the final boss of a dungeon, so I usually do not suggest you get the helmets unless the veteran dungeon itself is obscenely difficult, or it might just, be better for you to pick it up just because, you might not have a mic, you might not want to talk to people. And interesting enough, that kind of goes into this setup. So this requires Red Petal Bastion, which is a more tricky dungeon, and I think this is a really cool monster set. So if you're interested in this is a really good week to pick this up. While I generally wouldn't suggest it, because I always encourage you guys, go out there, do the veteran dungeon yourself. Overall, that's not a bad pickup, and I think that if you're looking to do and get a cool set like this without having to run Red Petal Bastion, it's pretty cool. But moving on, we have Gloom Graced Ring. When you take damage, you become a living shadow for 10 seconds, causing you to heal for 2.1, and a bunch of other interesting things happen, such as you get major evasion. I'm not a fan of this. on its face, this isn't the worst set in the world. However, there's just better alternatives these days. We have Ring of the Ranger, reduces the effectiveness of snares applied to you by 50%. Again, better alternatives. Ring of the Ritualistic, dealing damage to an enemy marks ritualistic marks for 10 seconds. Enemies marked with this will gain 16% damage from your summoned pets. I love the idea that comes with this. Like, you could Atro, you could have the Daedroth monster set paired with this. You could be a sorcerer with, you know, the Twilight Matriarch and the other pet. I think that there's really some interesting things that you could do with this set, but again, we're talking about the niche of the niche. We're not even talking about niche for sorcerers. We're talking about niche for sorcerers who are building a pet build. But we finally get a really nice set, though. I think Sunderflame is one of the best sets that you can use for PvP content. Let's talk about that. When you deal damage with a fully charged heavy attack, you hold down the trigger, you hit him with the heavy attack, you deal an additional 5.9k flame damage over 10 seconds, but you also apply minor breach to the enemy, reducing their physical and spell resistance by 2.9k. I think this is a really nice set, very easy to get started, and it also forces you to play with heavy attacking. A lot of people I know do not like to heavy attack. This is an older set, but I think that as a really nice, like, mid to the late PvP tier set, this could be really good. And if you're trying to, like, you know, force yourself to get better at heavy attacking, this could be a great way to do it. And you'll be able to apply minor breach. And you're going to be able to apply a lot of other debuffs using other sets too that this could pair with. Because even though heavy attacking isn't as popular as it was, flame damage is still very good for PvP. Because let's face it, 90% of the people involved in PvP right now are stage 3 vampires. So this is going to be an even higher number for most of them. So just keep that in mind. Also, for those of you who've stuck around to the end of the vendors, I just want to thank you guys for bearing with me. My Mac Studio is here, so I'll be streaming with 64 gigabytes of RAM. So if my stream lags, I don't know what to say at that point. I don't know what to do. I've invested quite a bit of money in this, so I thank you guys for doing that. But let me know what you guys think in the comments below. What suggestions do you have for future comments as a question of the day? What else other videos can I make for you? You guys think, what can I produce for you in the future? And let me know. Thanks. Bye, guys.
You better remember to like and subscribe to Jake Clips. Or you should. I might have to pluck your eyes if you don't. Or, better yet, I'll skip rope with your entrails. Do it now. Subscribe. Ta-ta. Off with you.